The video you have all been waiting for. It's funny because around this time last year, it's where it all began. A lot was changed in a year. I know. I still miss the staircase myself as well. I know, but here we are. Like, as you guys know, I've been playing the beta for the past week and a half, but I'm not allowed to say a single word about it. Okay, I'm not allowed. Which initially I was okay with, right? Like whatever. Until of course this past week I seen that they flew the game destroyers to Germany, to Gamescom, and it's not just that they can say whatever they want about a game. No. They were allowed to record, they were allowed to stream, they can do whatever they want. I mean, part of me understands this, right? Because, you know, these guys, they need all the help they can get for their dying channels. Like, I get that part. But at the same time, there's a lot of them over there that they don't even know the goddamn controls to the game. They don't even know the controls of the game. And I'm expected to sit here and leave you guys in the dark. I'm expected to sit here and not say anything. Why do you guys have to watch all these clowns put their videos up and try and get some information from there? When we've already established that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. No. That's why I'm here. So what I done is I flew to Gamescom for a day, bashed the game out, came back, still a bit jet lagged, but here I am. And without further ado, let's get into it. The general pace, tempo of the game. Initially, it was unplayable. I don't just mean slow. Trust me, I don't just mean any regular slow. It was slower than even in real life. That's how slow it was. Luckily, we got an update midway through the day, and the game got a lot more quicker, a lot more bearable, a lot more responsive. I understand this is something that they're not going to be able to please everyone with. It's impossible, right? When it goes quicker, people complain. Those that want it slow. When it's slow, people complain they want it quick. You know what my thoughts on it? I'll stand by it till the day I die. The quicker it is, the higher the skill gap, because the more reactive you have to be, and just in general, the game is more action-packed. These people, these so-called football purists, they are like, oh, they see Barcelona combining 50 passes in real life, and they're like, oh, I want to do that on the game. That's how it should be. Barcelona have 45 minutes per half to do that. We have 6 minutes a half. I don't know how many times I have to say that. If you keep the ball forward at 6 minutes, it's going to result in an imbalanced game. It's going to result in the skill gap being lower. And what happens if someone takes the lead on you, your opponent, and he starts playing possession with the attention to time waste, and you can't press because the game is too slow? These are things you have to keep in mind. Ultimately, like I said, it's a video game. My opinion is it should be an arcade game with realistic features, if that makes sense. I think the way they had it towards the end was fine. I don't think people can complain with that. It was still on the slow side. But I don't think definitely a lot of people... It was kind of like in the middle kind of thing, which I guess I was okay with for sure. And another thing, what if the servers go to shit? What happens then? Like, you know, when it's slower, it's gonna affect it more when the servers, and they will go to shit. If it's quicker, it can kind of still be more bearable. These are things you have to keep in mind, irrespective of what you want, slow, football purists, blah blah blah. But whatever, like I said, it's something they're not gonna be able to please everyone with. It's simple as that. All I'm gonna say is whichever direction they go, unless it's obviously too extreme on either side, it does not determine whether the game is good or not. You can't judge it on the pace of the game. That's something, like I said, that they can't get right to please everyone. Okay, so just because the game is slow or fast, it doesn't mean whether the game is going to be good or not overall. Okay, I understand everyone have their preferences, but that's how it is. Defending. Manual defending is the best it has ever been, for different reasons. Player switching, like in general, you have to select the player closest to the ball, right? That's how I've always said defending should be. Player switching was reasonably good for me, especially with the LB. It's very responsive. With the white stick, it still needs some work, and there's still that annoying lock-on feature, which hopefully they fix. The manual jockeying was very, very good. Like, you know, it was almost to a degree of overpower, but I like it how, you know, that's how it should be. And then there's the tackling. The new tackling system, when it works, it's beautiful. You time the tackle, you take it, and you keep going, right? But there's a lot of times where it doesn't work. There's a lot of times where you tackle him, you tackle your attacker. It's not even like FIFA 19 where it bounces back to him. It literally waltzes straight through you, which is unacceptable, and it has to get fixed because, oh god, it'll cause a lot of broken controllers if they leave it as it is. So hopefully they fix that. There was a general dropback issue. Dropback was once again way too overpowered, which made people think the AI defenders of, which is not necessarily the case. One thing which was very annoying was contain, which is something that I don't understand why it's even in the game. Like, you should not be able to click a button and mirror your opponent's, mirror my move, for example, if it's the opponent, and you mirror every single way I'm going. That's unacceptable. And it was very overpowered contain. It's something that should get completely removed, but if you're not going to remove it, at the very least, you have to nerf it significantly. And yeah, there was a dropback issue, which is partially, which I'm going to get into right now, the dribbling. By far and away, the biggest issue in the whole game was the dribbling. It's annoying because it's a little bit better than 19 overall, right? But if you're gonna nerf skill moves, rightfully so, which we'll get into in a bit, and if you're gonna make manual jockeying, like I told you, very good, which is rightfully so, I have no issues with it being like that, but then you're gonna have to make the dribbling the best it can possibly be. And obviously, if you can dribble, if you can turn, you can counter dropback and stuff. Like, I was pushing for dropback to get removed, guys. I wanted completely out of the game. I don't know why. I get why it is in the game, obviously, because teams do it in real life. But it's a video game. This is what I mean by you can't replicate everything like real life. If it's something that's detrimental to the game, kick it out. But yeah, like the left stick dribbling's dead, right? Like, a bit better than 19. The players just can't turn. The agility is not there on the players, on the attacking players. So what was happening was there was a massive imbalance between defending and attacking. It was a lot harder to, you taking players 1v1. There's nothing like you can't take players on 1v1, which is something that elevates the skill gap when it's like that. For reference, they should go back to FIFA 18 turning and FIFA 17, where you could take players on. It has to be there. It should be a huge part of the game, and at the moment it just wasn't, which sucked because it's the one, like I said, that was annoying the most. I'm doing this raw, by the way. I'm doing Sankai. You can get it straight from here. LBRB crab walking. I don't understand. For reference, this is kind of like similar to the LTRT FIFA 17, which is not that overpowered, but it's something that I don't understand why it's in the game, because you should not be able to move backwards like that. Like, it goes against the law of physics. Once again, it's something that blows my mind how it was even added to the game again after the issues it caused 2 years ago. At the very least, they're not going to obviously remove it because it's a new feature. It's called the new strafe dribbling, by the way. When I mean crab walking, that's what I mean, the new strafe dribbling, whatever it is. You click LBRB, I don't know what the controls on the potato are, but it should not be in the game. At the very least, massively nerf it. You should not be able to move backwards like that. It's stupid. The fact that literally you can do this, guys, and you can turn quicker than you can with your left stick, it just, I don't know. Also, the players, once they're through on goal, right, especially if it's a quick one against a slow one, they're gonna burn them. Like, it's not like FIFA 18, FIFA 19. They will get away and they will, result with a shot on goal. However, when it's a quick defender against a quick attacker, they were catching up again, which I don't like to see. Like, my issue, if I've got Mbappe through on goal, I don't give a shit if my opponent's got Barry Allen as his centre back. I should not be getting caught, period, okay? In real life, you very, very rarely see players get caught once they initially just burst through. Okay, you don't see that. So, and like I said, then an issue with the dribbling as well, the initial acceleration of the players with the ball at their feet, the attackers, was just not good enough. It just wasn't good enough, so you could not get away. Like I said, this comes into effect when people play drop back. This is why drop back ended up being overpowered again, because you could not get away. Like, initially, the initial acceleration has to be there. And the skill moves. The skill moves. Obviously, there's a big debate, right? They are exactly, perfectly how they should be. I know there's a lot of people crying about it, but now, in my opinion, they take a hell of a lot more skill to do. Because now you have to time them, you have to use the right ones. You can't just do them aimlessly, like it was. You can't combine them aimlessly. People are acting like skill moves have been nerfed completely. No, they're still effective. You just have to be careful and time them right, which is how they should be. Now, they're there to create space, not to waltz straight through your defenders. Like I said, it's obviously upset a lot of people. Poor Kazui. Guy was virtually in tears, but like I said, people bring up the real life thing, but even Ronaldinho, tell me when Ronaldinho was combining 5-6 skill moves in a game. You just don't see that. It does not belong. End of discussion. Either adjust to it or fuck off the falter. It's that simple. Shooting. Let's kick it off with the time finishing, right? Time finishing, the mechanic they introduced last year, which single-handedly destroyed FIFA 19, right? Obviously, when I heard it was still in FIFA 20, I was worried because in my opinion it should just be completely removed. But let me say this, they got it right. They got it where you do not feel like you have to hit the greens every time. It's more of a high risk thing, and even better, they don't get that crazy boost out of the time finishing that, like, compared to normal shots. Inside the box you do not have to do it at all. Outside the box you can do it just to get the extra zap, and it's just harder to hit the green in general now, which is better. Like I said, last year it literally broke the game, created a bunch of exploits. Hopefully the same doesn't happen once people start mastering it, hopefully. But if it does, they need to be reacted quickly to make sure that obviously no exploits are in the game. But shooting in general, it was too inconsistent, guys, for my liking still. It was too inconsistent. This allegedly composed finishing, I didn't get to feel it as much as I should have felt it. Like, sometimes you see it, but other times, especially the driven shot, was way too broken again, in the sense, like, you hit it and it goes wide, and you see the arrow when on the replay, and the arrow's pointing towards the net, but it goes wide. That's the same shit as FIFA 19. Shooting has to be a hell of a lot more consistent, especially 1v1. Like, don't get me wrong, it's much better than it was on 19, but it's still not good enough, like, for my liking, for how it should be. Maybe it's something that obviously the more you play, the more you're gonna get more used to the angles and stuff. But finesse shots were good. Finesse shots were back, like outside the box. They especially, like, they had that zap about them. And also a nice addition was chip shots are back. If you see the guy move the keeper out, you can chip him, which is good. This is all well. And you can also get by the keeper, like, more easier than you could last year. It's something, like I said, that belongs in the game. You see players do it in real life. It should be there. So there's obviously more to us now. But like I said, I just wish that it's more consistent, because it's frustrating when you do 1v1 and the keeper saves it. And speaking about goalkeepers, like I said, in general, they were making way too many saves. I felt like they were a bit too good, especially the higher end goalkeepers, the higher rated ones. They were making way too many saves. But this is the but about it. They were also parrying a lot of shots. Which is, like, I don't mind if my opponent shoot 1v1 against me, right? And my keeper saves it and he gets the rebound and scores. I don't mind it, because obviously he should be scoring anyways, right? But what was happening was people were taking shots that they know that they're not going to go in, and the keepers just kept parrying them every time, and they get the rebound and it's in. That has to obviously be gone removed. But yeah, and the big thing, the goalkeeper movement. I almost felt like crying tears of joy, guys. I really did. You guys remember, right? The Spider-Man moving the backwards keeper. Let's just say Spider-Man, guys, has become Peter Parker, and he ain't got no goddamn powers, because he can't turn backwards. And when it's beautiful to see, you can move him a little bit to the side, right? So you can kind of like move him a bit to the side and maybe read the save. But for the majority of the part, all you have to do is just wait for him to move either there or there, when you just slot it in the other way, and it's beautiful. And even if they do move him, he just doesn't move quick enough, so you can even still score to the same angle, to be honest. It's how it should be. I was worried about those two features, but they got them very, very right this year. Thank God for that. Passing. Passes now are more error prone in general. You have to be more careful with the passes you select. To me, passing I had no issues with. I know some people like to nitpick because a lot of people with passing, you have to understand, you can't just keep nitpicking every pass and be like, that pass shouldn't have gone, that pass should. Passing in a way creates a skill gap on its own. If I can see a pass that no one else has seen and I make it and I connect with it, yeah, I'm pushing the boundaries a bit, connecting with that pass. But if I see I should be rewarded for that, like there's a skill in that anyways. I know we're sometimes pushing the boundaries with certain passes, but like I said, I had no issues with it. Zero. Crosses and headers. Let's just say we're back to playing on the ground. No more volleyball. Say goodbye. It's back on the ground and it's beautiful to see. To be honest, they might have went a bit extreme, like as like headers are completely irrelevant now, but you know what, I'm fine with that. Leave it as it is. Brilliant. Free kicks and penalties. Free kicks and penalties. I think this is the last one, right? Yeah. The new set piece. I'm not gonna lie, I hated them. I understand it's gonna take time to get used to, but free kicks especially were so complicated, and penalties just like, once again, you can still see where the player's looking at, and obviously if your opponent sees that, I feel like he just can, you can see his head movement and can save the pen as well. Cut the long story short, I miss the old FIFAs. To me, it was better 15 years ago on FIFA, God knows what, than it is now. I just miss the days where you just shoot the damn football. Like, no, they just feel like they overcomplicate and overthink this. It's a penalty, it's a free kick, shoot the ball, and that's it. Overall thoughts, here we go. I've bashed this game, guys. I've never played that many games in one day. So trust me, I know the game inside and out. I know what I'm talking about. It's got major issues. You've just heard me describe them. Issues that, to be honest, even in an early release, I don't think there should be there. So it's worrying. Issues they have to get, especially that dribbling. God damn it, I don't want another year like this. But overall, even in its current state, easily, I say this without any hesitation, easily one of the best FIFAs I've played. The same way last year, around the same time, I told you guys, forget about it. There was nothing they were going to be able to do to fix that game. Was I right or was I wrong? The same way I told you that, I'll tell you, FIFA 20 has massive potential. Massive. We have to see what direction they end up going, if they can finalize it. Obviously, it's an air release. I don't know how the finals game's going to look like, but they're on the right path. The base, the foundation, it's there. It's there. The thing I'll tell you is this. There's not a lot of people, especially that I figured out this week, there's not a lot of people that you can trust. Okay, I don't mean this to disrespect anyone. It's just the way it is. I've been on Reddit and I've been seeing people this week. I've seen people, FIFA 19 2.0. And now everyone on Reddit's clicking up, vote up, FIFA 19 2.0. The games could not be further apart from each other. 19 and 20 are completely different. How can you come to that conclusion? Reddit, by the way, the same place that when FIFA 19 first came out, they were saying that that's the best FIFA they've ever played. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. They don't know how to judge a football game. And a lot of people do not know how to judge a football game, which should not come as a surprise, because a lot of their favorite YouTubers don't have a Scooby-Doo how to judge a football game either. We've seen that. Their gameplay, the pack animation, that's fine. They'll tell you every single little detail about that. Everything you need to know, you can watch a review on that from their end. Everything else gameplay-wise, even though they've been playing the game for 10 plus years, they don't have a clue. They don't. So, I just feel like a lot of people, when they judge a game, they go off results. That's wrong, especially initially. It doesn't matter if you win a game or you lose a game. That's not going to mean whether a game is good or not. It doesn't have any effect. I understand. No one likes losing. I get that. But initially, you're going to struggle. I struggled a lot with 20 initially. Okay? It's a hard game to play. And we're coming off a year where we've not been playing a football game. We've not. So it's not going to be easy to adjust to it. It's going to take time. So I need you guys to promise me that you're going to give it a chance. I know what I'm talking about. This game has got massive potential. Massive. Even pros, okay? Even pros. I played a pro back-to-back game. I don't know who you can trust. Okay, yeah. I played in back-to-back games. It was a bloodbath, okay? Yeah, let's just say the referee, we didn't see the final whistle, okay? He called a halt to both games. It was almost double figures across. I should have got locked up in a prison cell, okay? The things I was doing were not legal. It was illegal. I should have got locked up in a prison cell, and not just any prison cell. I should have got locked up in the same cell the Panthers should have been locked up in. It was that bad. But it's okay. Okay, that's okay. But then what does the guy say after that? This is the same guy that's been abusing our tornadoes, crosses, headers, you got them name it last year. Keeper movement, anything. He goes and says, FIFA 20 shit. I miss FIFA 19. What? Just you got destroyed by an alien? Rightfully so you got destroyed. It's a football game. Nah. In your heart of hearts, you guys know, because I know you guys got good at abusing FIFA 19 as well, okay? A lot of you did. And you're gonna kind of miss it anyway, right? But in your heart of hearts, you know that wasn't right. What was happening last year was not okay. It wasn't. I don't care how good you guys ended up getting it. When I say you guys, obviously the people that ended up mastering a lot of the features on it. Well, you're in for a shock now. And to be honest, these FIFA 19, FIFA 20 comparisons, I don't want to be doing that. Saying FIFA 20 is better than FIFA 19, that's giving them an easy pass. Ain't no shit, Sherlock. It couldn't get any worse. We should be aiming for higher than that. But yeah, I mean, to finally close completely the chapter 119, I am not saying in any way that we should ever forget what they put us through last year. They put us through hell. And yeah, I sacrificed just about as much as anyone did, okay? I did. And I know there are those people that they've already made their decision, okay? They're not buying FIFA 20 based off of what happened in FIFA 19. And you are well within your right in doing that. Last year was make or break, and it broke. It broke big time. So based off of FIFA 19, you should not be buying FIFA 20. No. But at the same time, it's not fair on them to judge FIFA 20 keeping FIFA 19 in mind. It's a different game, and yet we could be in for a special year. Overall, yeah, I mean, it sure does feel good to be back talking about a football game.